Hi, you guys, and welcome back to Audrey's Reading Area. Yes, I am wearing this, and she is wearing that because of the book that I'll be reading today. I'll probably be talking it off so you can hear me a little bit better, but this book was written by my friend Michelle R. Brito. Eyes That Smile. Eyes That Smile, and it was illustrated by Avia Schultz Brown. So let me take it off so that I can read to you. Yes, this book was written by a friend of mine, Michelle R. Brito. Eyes That Smile. Yes, illustrated by Avia Schultz Brown. Yes, such a good book. Let me read you the back excerpt first, the back note. It says, Eyes That Smile is a book of curiosity, endurance, and hope for the little reader. Come take a short journey into the day when a pandemic came and shifted the way a child sees their world. In this book, your little one will dive right in by naming the main character. What will the day bring with everyone home all day? This is a book about finding inspiration in the middle of a virus that doesn't have to win. Eyes That Smile. Michelle Brito. This is the part in the book where you get to name our main character. Our main character will be the one you see in the blue overalls and green t-shirt when you turn to the very first picture in the book. So let's begin. We're going to turn to that page and look at the character. Now you think of a name for that character. What did you name that character? What did you name this character? So it says, when I walked into school, I thought there was going to be a fire drill. All of the teachers were whispering to each other. Who is that? There was no morning circle time. My teacher looked like she still did not have her morning coffee. She still had a curly purple swirly thing in her hair. The day was just different. All my friends looked the same. All of our spots looked the same. All of our cubbies looked the same. The teachers did not look the same. At the end of the day, my teacher told us to empty everything out of our cubbies. She even told us to take down our drawings. She told us to bring them home. Now something was really different. It was only Wednesday. Then Daddy picked me up from school. He stood with his hand on his waist. He was talking to my teacher with a lot of other parents. His glasses were over his head and he just kept holding his chin. I thought maybe it might be falling. He did not even notice me smiling up at him. When I went home, the news was on all night. I kept hearing big people talking and saying the same word, coronavirus. That was a really big word. Coronavirus, 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 coronavirus. The next day I woke up for school. Mommy said there was no more school at school. She told me we had to go to school on the computer. I was confused. I did not like the computer for school. Daddy made breakfast and then he came to talk to me. He told me there was a virus that makes people really sick. He told me we would be in the house for a while, maybe even a long while. He said there is a word for when you stay safe at home. It's a big word too. He said it's called quarantine. Quarantine. You have to stay with your family in the house. Everyone stays home. We only go out for essentials and also a little while for exercise. Daddy says that essentials are food and water or really big emergencies. He then used the big word from the news, coronavirus. Daddy said it's like a bunch of little germs that can get into your body from touching other people and things that have big, ugly germs. It's invisible. It can come in through your nose and mouth when you breathe, but only if it's around you. We have to stay a little far from people until it goes away. The news says 6 feet away. We have to wash our hands a lot, and some people wear gloves when they go out. That way they do not touch the germs. Mommy wears a size 6 shoe. I took some of Mommy's shoes. I tried to figure out 6 feet away. Grandpa took out a measuring tape so I could see. I started to feel sad. Grandpa was home, so we made rice pudding. Grandpa was trying to make me happy. We never have enough time to make rice pudding. Quarantine means more grandpa time. Rice pudding is my favorite sweet treat. I was glad Daddy didn't make it. The rice is always hard when Daddy makes it. Daddy puts raisins in it too. Yuck! Rice pudding made me forget about coronavirus for a while. Then Grandpa smiled at me and said, "Now take a deep breath in and remember life always wins." Grandpa said that to me before. It was when Grandma became a butterfly. Grandpa says nothing ever really dies. It just changes. I think Grandma changed into a butterfly. The day we packed up Grandpa to live with us, a butterfly landed on his nose. We all laughed. Then Grandpa said, "Life always wins." Grandma loved butterflies. Later, I sat and played with my magnet sand. Feels cool in my fingers. It reminded me of how the virus thing can stick to people. It was all making sense. Well, a little bit. The next morning it was time for school. Mommy pretended to be my teacher. It was fun. Mommy gives hugs and kisses when I pay attention. That is better than school. We just get stickers in school. After Mommy's school, Daddy came home. He looked silly. I could only see his eyes. I did not like it. I always smile when I see Daddy, and he smiles back. I could not see Daddy smile. "Daddy, you are not a doctor. Why are you wearing that mask?" Daddy said we have to wear a mask when we go outside because those germs that I told you about could be a lot of places. If we cover our face, we hide from the germs. People all over the world have to wear masks too. It is called a pandemic. We are all connected, wearing masks together to stay safe. I felt sad again. "But Daddy, no one can see my smile," he told me. "We can learn to smile with our eyes." So me, Daddy, Mommy, and Grandpa practiced smiling with our eyes in the mirror. Now I was ready to wear a mask too. Grandpa then showed me his sewing machine. Mommy sat with Grandpa cutting up the cloths. I fell asleep in the pile. When I woke up, there were different colors all around with strings on them. I helped put more strings on the other masks. We all had masks too. I asked if we could give one to the mail lady, and then I asked if I can give one to the cleanup person in our building, and then I asked if I can give one to our neighbor. She's very, 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 very elderly. She needs a mask. I saw her smiling with her eyes. She was holding a tissue over her mouth on her morning walk, but she was still smiling. Then the mail lady sent some to the doctors and nurses at the hospital for us. Later, Grandpa smiled, gave me some more rice and pudding. That day, we went to the window to wave at some of the people. 7 o'clock p.m., every day we go to the window to bang on the pots. That is to make the people who are helping with the coronavirus happy. They are called essential workers. Grandpa said they are the ones who needed to go out to help. Everyone in our building bangs on the pots. This was fun and loud, too. Then Grandpa said, "See, life always wins. Take a deep breath in. When we breathe, we remind ourselves we are okay. People come together when it matters the most. We cannot touch each other, but when we smile at one another, we are connected." I was happy to see Mommy, Daddy, and Grandpa every day and all day. Grandpa said one day it'll be over. Then he smiled with his eyes, and we walked to the park. We walked 6 feet apart from the other people. Grandpa belonged to me, so I could still hold his hand. We didn't touch anything with our hands in case yucky germs were out there. Then a butterfly landed on my nose with my mask. I took a deep breath in and said to Grandpa, "Life always wins." I had not seen a beautiful butterfly outside in a long time. Grandpa smiled back and winked. Essential workers. After a short walk for some exercise, we came home. Mommy was waiting for us. I could see Mommy's cheeks go up when she smiled with her eyes. We went inside. We took off our masks. We put them in the wash. We washed our hands. Then we ate the last bit of rice pudding. Grandpa took a deep breath in and said, "Life always wins." This time we smiled with our eyes and our mouths with no masks. And it says a little thing about the author. That's my friend Michelle. We grew up together. This is Michelle, the author of this book. She's a licensed social worker with a master's degree in social work from Silberman School of Social Work and a bachelor's degree in psychology. She also holds a degree in occupational studies for massage therapy and is a licensed massage therapist in New York. In her heart, she has always desired to be of service to humanity. She especially enjoys working with and empowering children, adolescents, and families. She has worked with various traumas, PTSD, which has led her to work in areas such as preventive services, foster care, mental health facilities, and private practice. Michelle utilizes alternative approaches such as adopting the mind, the body, and spirit healing modalities. Mindfulness is a primary focus of her work. Her previous published work includes the books What's Below Your Tummy, which I read to you guys in the past, and Raising My Perfect 10, and Egypt Ufeli, Life by My Own Design, a collaboration with fashion and entrepreneur Egypt Ufeli. She also wrote and produced the award-winning experimental film Mystic Lotus. Currently, Michelle works with special populations for the New York City Department of Education. She also travels to bring her books and insights to children and families within the United States and abroad. Her first inspirations are that of being a mother of 4 adult children and 1 school-aged child. That's my girl, Michelle. Yes, eyes that smile. Thank you guys so much for being here as I read this fun and exciting but serious book for you. I'm going to put on my mask to end this, and I have this. It's a little case that you can put inside your mask. Keeps your mask off your face, helps you breathe better. It doesn't rub off my lipstick. So as I put this on, I say, thank you so much for joining me here at Audrey's Reading Area. Let me bring her eyes that smile. Thank you so much for joining me here at Audrey's Reading Area. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please subscribe. Please listen to this over and over and let everybody hear this book. It's very serious. Thank you so much. And don't forget to share this video with everybody. And I will see you soon here at Audrey's Reading Area.
My eyes are smiling.